Oh, and by the way, Boehner Bronco Buster?
Yeah.
Where the hell did that come from?
Improv.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Clash at the Castle becoming a part of WWE's yearly PLE schedule is super cool, as it guarantees the European fans at least one big show that they can look forward to which of course guarantees us a hot crowd. Last year's show delivered with a match of the year contender, and this year's show looks like it has a lot of the same potential to be a great show as well. As usual, the card is subject to change, but the only match I could really foresee being added is Braun Breaker vs. Ilya Dragunov vs. Ricochet. However, it feels a little unlikely given the rumors that Monday Night Raw might be the last time that we actually see Ricochet. Anyways, if the match does happen, give me Braun Breaker winning, and it looks like he's on a straight superstar trajectory. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Braun Breaker challenging for world titles as soon as SummerSlam. So any match he's in, give me Braun Breaker winning. Now let's really get things started with the undisputed WWE Championship between Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles in an I Quit match. I said last month that Cody's title reign has been a little underwhelming for me, but it's been at no fault of his own. His matches have been great and his promos have been solid. He just hasn't really had a great feud, or any feud for that matter. Reigniting things with AJ Styles has been really entertaining, and it's got me interested in Cody's reign all over again. I know there's a lot of excitement around this match and the hope of seeing Cody get bloody, but I'm personally not getting my hopes up. As cool as I think that would be, I just don't really see WWE ever going, John Cena Judgment Day 2005. Anyways, I think it's pretty clear that Cody's retaining here. AJ winning would be cool, but he's a little too old. And like I said, Cody hasn't really had a feud yet, so it would be a pretty big waste of his title reign if he were to lose the title already. So give me Cody. Next we have Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair defending the Women's Tag Team Championships against Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Before last week's SmackDown, I didn't think there was any team in WWE that could have any chance of beating Jade and Bianca until we saw Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax together. I think Tiffany and Nia are the clear team to dethrone Jade and Bianca, and since neither of them are in this match, that would mean the champs are retaining. As I write this, it's unclear if Chad Gable has re-signed with WWE. However, I would imagine this is very likely going to happen, if not already happened. I've said a few times, but I'll say it again. This story between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable has probably been the most entertaining story in all of WWE. It's constantly providing great matches and engaging segments on TV, so I have no doubt at all that this will be a great match. As for a winner, I really think this is Gable's moment. Not every title reign in WWE needs to go over 6 months or, like a year, and I think Gable winning just makes a lot of sense. I would honestly be very interested in seeing Sami move on to the World Heavyweight Championship. I feel like Raw is severely lacking babyfaces in the main event scene. We got guys like Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and then the only face we really have is Jey Uso. So putting Sami in that main event scene I think would be very refreshing. On the other end, Gable is doing the best work of his career, and seeing him take on challengers such as Ilya Dragunov, Sheamus, Braun Breaker, Dragon Lee, I just think that would be incredible. So let's reward Gable, let's bring him in, this fresh new contract, and let's give him the Intercontinental Championship. Bayley vs. Piper Niven. I don't really have anything to say. I don't know why WWE insists on putting people on shows just because they're from the place that the show is taking place. Don't get me wrong, I like Piper, but this match just makes no sense to me. Does anyone believe Piper has any chance to win? Anyways, let's just hope it's a solid match. Give me Bayley retaining. Main event time, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, and man, this one's tough. I really feel like this is 50-50, and I think it all depends on how CM Punk's recovery is going. McIntyre vs. Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship could headline Money in the Bank, or even SummerSlam, but if Punk's not ready, Priest could retain and WWE could just move forward with what seems inevitable in Gunther winning the title. If you really force my hand, I would say CM Punk is going to come out and screw Drew McIntyre over again, and Damian Priest will retain the title. I don't know if that might be weird. Like, wouldn't the Scottish fans boo CM Punk, who's supposed to be the face in this feud? I don't know. This whole thing's really weird to me. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier with why I think Sami Zayn needs to be in the main event scene, because Drew and Damian, that they're both heels. Like, I don't like, the dynamic just doesn't really make sense to me. And then you add on top CM Punk's going to come out and screw over McIntyre in his hometown. I don't know how it's going to be received, but that's what I think's going to happen. So give me Damian Priest retaining his title. All in all, I'm excited for the show. You know, as usual with WWE, the card doesn't look that great, but somehow I'm sure it'll turn out being a fun show thanks to some good wrestling and a hot crowd. I just wish WWE would try a little harder. I mean, that sounds kind of messed up, but when you look at the card, there's really only one match that I'm invested in, and that's Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. The rest of the card, I just don't care. You know, it all feels a little thrown together. Bayley versus Piper Niven, like, I mean, I already talked about it, I don't need to say it again, but this isn't new to this card. You look at King and Queen of the Ring. I mean, Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul was completely random. That feels like something that Saudi Arabia just asked for, because I think what WWE actually wanted to do was Cody versus AJ Styles, you know, there, and just continue the feud. I don't know. I complained about having the hometown people having matches, you know, in their hometown. Maybe it's as simple as WWE, you know, just thanking these wrestlers. Anyways, I'm excited for the show, and let's just hope we get to see some solid wrestling.